Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
I'm Desi.
And we are your resident lesbians of YouTube, Gen Z, Millennial. And today we're reacting to different types of sexual orientations. Come join us on our journey.
Grab a snack. Or don't, because you might choke on it.
So heterosexual, we already know what that is. 1 in 1.06 people. Bisexual is 1 in 24.
What does 1 in every 1.06 even mean?
But apparently 1 in 24 people are bisexual. I'm not sure how I feel about bisexual because you either end up with one or the other. But then again, it depends on who you're attracted to. I know.
It doesn't invalidate the fact that they would have a relationship with a man or a woman.
I know. I get it. I
just don't believe in Santa Claus.
Now there's gay, which is 1 in 32 people. Now sometimes that's lesbians.
Well, I just don't believe in gay people. No, you got to take that out. God forbid YouTube hears that. Then I'm getting that Trevor Project fucking sticker on this.
So 1 in 32 people is gay and 1 in 35 people are lesbian. I think that's a lot lower.
All I know is my graduating class was a little bit around 100 kids, and I was the only lesbian. So that number does not bode well with me.
Right. I feel like a lot of women say they're lesbians, but when it comes down to it, I don't think a lot of them are.
It did say in the disclaimer that this is based on a poll. And not something that should be taken heavily as,
I gotcha. Okay, let's get on to the...
Did they go to a college to ask where the lesbians were? Because that would make the most sense. But
then
also,
that would be 1 in 3.
But then it makes me question the gay one and the bisexual one, too. Because now I'm thinking about how many gay guys there were, and there was only one gay guy that graduated with me. And bi people, were non-existent.
So we have asexual, which means you're not sexually attracted to other people.
Do you believe in asexual?
I believe that some people just don't have sex drives. I'm not sure about asexual, having no attraction to anything at all or just people. Because then I would think of an asexual as someone who could be attracted to an object or an animal.
No, asexual just means no sex. They don't want to have sex.
Not at all.
None. No sexual attraction.
Okay. So maybe there's something wrong chemically with them?
I think there's something wrong mentally with them.
There might be.
They were either... They have childhood trauma, or they have, abusive ex. But usually if you're asexual, you were sexual at one point.
Right. Now, pansexual is when you're attracted to people of any gender identity. Oh, God. Gender identity. That's not a thing. It's just sex. So pansexual is pretty much bisexual. Because either way, you're either getting a biological man or a biological woman.
Pansexual is bisexual with extra labels.
Extra steps, yeah.
Yeah, pansexual is a label maker couple.
Oh, they're the ones. I know exactly what you're talking about. Now we have sapiosexual. This is when a person is sexually aroused.
With someone's intelligence. You haven't heard of this one before?
I have heard of it, but doesn't that go pretty much in general? Everyone's attracted to someone's intelligence.
And that's bisexual for nerds.
Can you be attracted to someone's stupidity? I've never heard of that before.
That's bisexual for nerds.
Sapiosexual?
Yeah, I'm attracted to their intelligence. I'll fuck anything if it's smart.
Okay. Now we have fluid. These are people who change their sexual orientation over time.
They are not people. They are water.
I wouldn't want to date them. Because I am water. These people are confused. So fluid just means confused.
It sounds like one of my exes.
It does sound like one of your exes. We have gynosexual. A gynosexual person is attracted to females who are extremely feminine.
Well, I would say that these descriptions are clearly wokeified.
Yeah.
Because gynosexual refers to the gynecologist. And I don't think that that's an extremely feminist doctor. Gyno means vagina.
Okay, so vagina sexual? Wouldn't that just be a lesbian?
Yes. But because there's all these new genders, we had to come up with a different word for it, apparently.
But sexual has to do with sex, not gender identity.
I know.
So
These are the 8 million,
Oh my
the
God.
8 million genders they were telling you about.
Yeah.
This is them.
Okay.
Oh, these are sexual orientations. My mistake.
Okay. But see, I can't change my sexual orientation, but they can. So if you were to date someone who can change their sexual orientation, that means that your sexual orientation changes depending on when they change. And that's messed up.
Yes, I agree. But gynosexual is definitely referring to the anatomical parts. Remember they were getting mad that lesbians were saying they were gynosexual?
So depending on how the woman dresses up, depends on your sexuality?
I'm saying that now they're trying to make it so gynosexual, which literally means like gynecologist.
Yeah.
They're saying that just has to be an extremely feminine person, which means that now a trans woman can also be someone who's in that category.
Right, because trans identifies females too.
And they can just be being extremely feminine. I've known men that were extremely feminine, but they did not want gyno.
No. Polysexual. These are people who are more than bisexual, but less than pansexual. What? Wait. Hold the phone. What? What does more than mean? More than bisexual, but less than
I thought polysexual would mean that they had multiple lovers. But saying it's more than bisexual, but less than pan.
Wouldn't that just bring you back to bi?
Right?
What?
They broke their label maker.
Okay, sex indifferent. Sex indifferent describes those who are asexual and feel neutral about sex. Isn't that just asexual?
No, because apparently asexuals won't have sex. If you're sex indifferent, then you will have sex, but you're not going to have a good time.
What's the point of doing it?
Because you want a relationship, so you do it.
So is that like most straight women then?
Maybe.
Hey, you never know. Okay, demisexual. Oh, I've heard this one before. This is the type of person who's attracted to only one person after a relationship. What?
That can't be right.
This is the type of person who is attracted to only one person after a relationship?
That can't be right.
Only one?
Demi means half, like demigod.
After a relationship?
Where a person only feels sexual attraction to someone after forming an emotional bond with them.
So, like,
I
most
need to know
women?
you. I need to know you to love you. Like anyone?
So isn't, like, pretty much almost everyone like that, with the exception of the...
Like arranged marriages?
or people who are promiscuous?
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Spectrosexual, a term that describes people who are sexually attracted to varied gender. Doesn't that just mean bi?
No, it would mean pan.
Because we're talking about genders.
And labels.
Yeah.
They have 8 label makers.
So that's just pansexual. It's just a different way of saying
It's
it.
pansexual, but I want to feel special.
I want to feel more special than the pan people.
Yes.
Okay. Gray sexual. This is for those people who are not always sexually attracted.
Yo, that also sounds like one of my exes.
I'm so confused by that. Not always so sometimes they're in the mood, sometimes they're not. Isn't that most people, most women?
I don't know. I would say no because I'm usually like regular. I would say that this probably is someone who goes through dry spells.
Like women over 50?
It's definitely probably women over 50.
There you go.
Can you tell me we got 10 years left, dude?
Well, I'm special. I'm not a straight woman. I'm a lesbian. We're different.
That doesn't answer my question.
We're good. We're good. Androsexual. These are the people who are attracted to people who have only masculine traits. But some people see masculinity in different ways.
Did you say androgyny?
Uh-huh.
Because androsexual...
Doesn't that mean
androgen sexual? No.
Oh, androsexual.
No, andro is referring to the masculine.
Like gynosexual is...
That's why, what's the word again? I've said it too many
Hold
times.
on. So the trans people who are saying they're trans lesbians, why can't they just say they're gynosexual?
The trans woman...
Because lesbians are only
That's what I
attracted
said
to-
earlier. That's what I said. They can just identify into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the same thing here. Androsexual is referring to people who are probably attracted to the male genitals, just like the gynecologist was for us.
But this just says masculine traits.
But it just said extremely feminine for gyno.
Right, but a trans woman isn't masculine, right?
You mean a trans man?
A trans woman would have the appendage of a man, but not the masculine traits.
Yes.
This is all like a mind fuck.
Yeah, so androsexual refers to people who like men for their men parts.
They're masculine
Androgen,
traits. It could be a butch lesbian.
it could be just as much as it could be trans woman for gynosexual.
Right. Yeah.
But that's not true.
Right.
This true definition is more than likely someone who's attracted to male anatomy.
Yes. Now, androsexual, these are the people who are attracted to people who have masculine and feminine features.
Androgen sexual.
Androgen sexual.
Androgen sexual. Whatever you want to call it.
So they're attracted to people who are androgynous.
Freddie Mercury.
Who's androgynous?
Michael Jackson.
He... yes and no. I wouldn't say he could pass as a woman just as much as he could pass as a man.
Michael Jackson? Mm-hmm. You never saw him in a wig.
Are you kidding me?
He would totally pass as a woman, especially today.
Well, anyone could pass as a woman today. My dog could pass as a woman today.
Yeah. Back then, no. Today, yeah.
Yeah. Pomeranian sexual? There we go. Pomosexual? These are people who avoid any label of sexual orientation. Whoa, hold on a second.
They're just ambiguous.
No, wait. So they can't even use the label of homosexual because they're not on the label. So you're labeling someone who doesn't label themselves homosexual. So 1 in 315 people can't be homosexual because they would never admit to it because they don't like labels. You feel me?
I do.
Okay. Heterosexual, someone who is attracted to transgender and non-binary people.
Didn't we have one like that earlier?
Transgender and non-binary people? Yeah,
the gray not the gray sexual. Was it the gray sexual?
Maybe.
We had one that was just the exact same words. Seculogenital. Yeah, it was that one. It was the one with the S. Scoliosexual.
Scoliosexual. Like most of them, they all originate back to gay, bi, or lesbian.
Scoliosexual is used to describe someone who is sexually attracted to people who are non-binary or transgender. Someone who is attracted to transgender and non-binary people. Oh, because we flip priorities.
What?
Because they put transgender people before non-binaries. But in this other one, they put non-binary before trans.
But isn't that someone who's just attracted to someone who's androgynous? Because isn't non-binary just androgyny?
Oh, hey, look, they have scoliosexual right there, actually.
Yeah.
It says that they're just attracted to non-binary people.
That's what it says.
But here it says they're attracted to trans people, too.
Well, I
Aren't
guess
trans
nobody
people
can get on board with
non-binary?
anything.
Aren't non-binary people under the trans umbrella?
Yeah.
So technically.
Sex repulsed. This is someone who is disgusted by sex. It would be like deep asexuality.
Like asexual, but like
Super asexual.
supreme. Like they won't touch it.
Asexual supreme.
They didn't even bother trying.
Bi-curious. Well, we all know what that is now, don't we? Bi-curious.
Figuring it out, yeah.
Yeah, refers to someone who is looking to explore. Isn't that just fluidity?
No, because fluidity refers to your gender.
Oh, okay. Questioning. Isn't that in the queue or is that queer?
I thought it was originally questioning, and then we adopted queer like it wasn't a slur, and now it's supposed to be queer.
This is someone who is questioning their current sexual identity.
What
does that have to do with sexuality? That has to do with gender identity, not sexuality.
You can be bi-curious and questioning, I would say, are the same thing.
But this is questioning your sexual identity.
So that must be the new way to say, are you trans? Are you trans? Are you trans? Are you trans?
Okay. Allosexual. This means a person who experiences any kind of sexual attraction towards anything?
Allo it.
What?
Allo it. Allosexual.
Oh, all of it.
All of it. They're just like, is that a ring light? Come here, baby.
Yeah, that's
This microphone is looking great tonight.
Nasty. Iculosexual. This refers Iculosexual. This refers to people who are asexual but open to having sex. What?
So you have the deep asexual, like deep south, and then you have middle America.
Hold on a second. Wait. You're either into sex or you're not, right? Some people are in the mood at sometimes they're not in the mood. Isn't that just a person?
No, this apparently is a personality trait. It's actually who the essence of you is.
So they're identifying as asexual, but they're kind of not at the same time?
They're asexual, but if you touch them...
They might wiggle.
They'll sit for it, maybe.
Okay. Autosexual. An autosexual person is sexually attracted to oneself. Okay, so most of the trans women nowadays.
No, I would say that's most of the incels these days. Sitting on Pornhub, just kind of
The incels
watching
are
themselves jerk it.
transitioning, which is why they're autogynephiles.
And they're also autosexual. If you're an autogynephile, you're also autosexual.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're aroused by yourself.
Right. Libidoist asexual. Those who are asexual but experience sexual feelings by... Okay.
So autosexual.
So autosexual. Wait, no. That would be the one before, wouldn't it?
Yeah, autosexual.
Those who are asexual but experience sexual feelings. Autosexual is when you're attracted to yourself.
And then you're the person giving yourself sexual satisfaction.
Gross. Okay.
Sorry. That's what it says.
Gerontosexual. I'm guessing this is,
Wanting
attraction
to fuck old people.
attraction to old people. Okay. Aromantic. Feeling no attraction towards any gender, but still desiring a relationship.
Good luck, bud.
Who's dating that? Themselves? Are they dating each other?
And you would have
But
to at
what-
that point.
Well, yeah, you would have to because the other person would have physical needs that wouldn't be met.
I remember when it was one of those, like...
But is that really a relationship if you have no desire towards each other? Wouldn't that just be a friendship?
It's like a friendship where you live together and stuff. I don't
And
understand.
cuddle. But you wouldn't kiss, though, because kissing is, like, part of being intimate. And if they desire no intimacy, then it's just a friendship.
I know
Right?
that they will kiss, but anything beyond that, like just a peck.
But what's
nah.
the point of kissing for them? What's the point of any physical
You see,
affection
and this
at all
is why
for
I
them?
think it's like why are you searching for a relationship at that point if you know you're not going to find someone who meets who you
The
can
requirements.
meet that
Yeah.
has the same desires as you do.
Makes no sense.
Nope, not to me.
Lithosexuality. Feeling sexual attraction without wanting it to be reciprocated. So like a pillow princess? Wait, without wanting it to be reciprocated.
It's like I'm into you, but you hate me.
So you want someone who doesn't want you.
Yeah.
So a lot of the autogynephiles, because they're like that, or the trans lesbians, the guys who hop on lesbian dating sites and then get mad and say you're a transphobe if you don't want to date them because you're a lesbian. Those guys.
Yeah, it's weird. That's a weird one.
That's a weird one. Menosexual, a person who is attracted to those who are menstruate.
Wait, are you only attracted to them 1 week of the month? Or is that the only time you just want to do anything?
Okay, Tickle versus Giggle. So the guy who calls himself Roxy Tickle, he wanted to get into the app of Sal Grover, who created the Giggle site, where they would be talking to only women about, like their periods or their daughter's periods, like female stuff that's going on with female bodies. And that guy was a creep.
Jessica
who,
Yaniv did the same thing.
Right. That is what those men are. They're not trans. They're just creepy.
They're overly intrigued by the entire female process. And so they're very...
Creepy.
yeah, because they're creepy about it. They want to, watch it.
It's predatory. It's voyeurism. It's paraphilia.
It's uncomfortable, too, for a
It's
woman.
violating for a woman, Like, we need our space. So... back off, bro. Okay, technosexual. Technosexuals have a sexual attraction to machinery such as robots.
Oh, that movie.
Her?
Yeah, that's that movie, Her.
Yeah, he was sexually attracted to people, though, too.
So it's her, but without people.
So maybe it's like a bi-technosexual?
No.
Zoosexuality. I can already guess what this is. Being attracted to animals.
Isn't that just bestiality, which is illegal?
Yeah.
Fucking disgusting, motherfuckers.
Do they have a color in our flag? Because
Right?
I oppose that.
I also oppose it.
Oh, I'm seeing words I've never seen before. Okay.
Oh, God.
Here's the last three. Scat. These people are attracted to fecal matter.
I'm so glad it's 1 in 50.
You know what?
1 in 150,000 people.
But you know what?
It should be 1 in a million. If
Hemiosexuality. Feeling sexually attracted to the sight, taste, smell of blood during sexual intercourse. So like MGK and Megan Fox. Objectum sexual. Feeling sexually attracted towards inanimate
yeah.
objects. Inanimate objects.
So that's the person who wants to fuck the ring light. They're attracted to all of it. Allosexual. Objectum sexual.
So a lot of these sexualities are just similar to the other ones.
Overlapping.
And for what? They want to create retarded words and then take away words that we actually use that matter. and revert them back to their original definitions.
Yeah, it's
Like
a weird thing.
mother being birthing person. But then we have 5,000 different names for the same thing over here because we want to feel special, but included at the same time. Okay.
So why don't we make a new word for the people that, instead of saying chest feeding, like you idiots want to say, we could just say that mothers breastfeed and psychopaths do this weird thing they like to call chest feeding. And I think that's fine.
Yeah. And see, when someone says chest feeding, I automatically think it's a man with boobs.
It's usually a woman.
Because those are the only people that want to add those words.
Yes, but usually it's a woman who is transitioned but had a child during their transition. So they want to look like a man, but they're feeding their baby still. And that's where chest feeding comes from. Because apparently the word breast makes trans men dysphoric.
Well, then they should never leave the house ever or watch any sort of media that doesn't align with their ideology.
Or maybe...
because they will crumble and fall to the ground.
Or maybe, just maybe, if they actually had gender dysphoria and the word breast made them that dysphoric, they shouldn't have been fucking chest feeding their child like they want to call it. Maybe they could have gotten formula instead of making the world fucking turn upside down, or just shut the fuck up and pump like every other mom does.
Wait, so the word breastfeed, the phrase breastfeeding is bad, but the action of breastfeeding isn't bad to them. That's mental.
They want to see
That's not
women.
trans. That's a facade.
They want to see women with beards and babies on their neck.
That should make them dysphoric.
That should make them dysphoric.
So, which means they're not trans.
Yes.
They're queer.
They just
fall
wanna
into that
augment
queer
their
umbrella.
body.
That's just everyone else who doesn't make any sense.
They just want to alter their body.
Yeah. Anyway,
I hope you like this video. If you want more like this, let us know in the comments below.
you can also like and subscribe to this channel and join our memberships for early access to our videos, uncensored content, special perks, and prioritized replies.
Don't forget to ring my bell.
Please.
Get notifications.
And have a good day. Take care of yourself, each other, and watch out for psychopaths.
Bye.